This is a non-smoking facility. In the rare case that an emergency evacuation is required, you will see the alarm strobes begin to flash as well as hear the emergency buzzer sounding. If these should occur, please proceed to the nearest or safest emergency exit. Emergency exits are located in front of the auditorium on either side of the stage and in the rear or on either side of the building. Please be considerate of your fellow audience members and turn off your cell phone and any other electronic devices. Now sit back and enjoy the performance, which will begin in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, attention here, please. I have a very big announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, a murder has been committed.
Hey! You!
Never mind.
I really need to come here today. And then this crazy thing happens.
I saw her across the room admiring the sculpture, if that's what you want to call it, and thought, man, someone ought to teach her a lesson.
I'm sorry, I didn't really see what happened, so I can't answer your questions. Can I go home now? Here we go. 195.
Encounter in Giza was painted during Winslow Zuckerman's yellow period.
195? This painting's completely blue. Now forget it.
You see, I'm in a rather ugly dispute with my downstairs neighbor. You wouldn't believe the ignorance, the insensitivity of some people. I don't even want to discuss it. So I was looking forward to a little reflection and tranquility here.
I've been here before, so I know. You want arrogance? You want hypocrisy? You've come to the right place, pal.
I think I made a bad decision coming here today. I mean, I like excitement as much as the next guy, but now I'm totally stressed out.
You see, I think we're so blessed to have access to all this right here in the city. Anytime we want, anytime at all.
I'm looking around and I'm thinking, I don't get it. But you can't say that, can you? That wouldn't be culturally correct. People are such snobs, such phonies.
It all started this morning. I'm thinking, man, I can't do this today. I think I'm coming down with the Tasmanian flu. You heard about that one, right?
Well, not during the middle of the night, of course, but during the day, just walk over, pay a few dineros, and here you are. Or like me, get an annual membership card. Then anytime you just want to pop in, just show them your card. Oh, we are so blessed.
Like this one room here. It's got 6 humongous paintings. Now get this. 6 paintings, 6 different colors, and that's it. That's it.
But I'm thinking, Brad, you are really into the arts. I mean, you should go. And I mean, Saturday's my best shot. Sundays, those crowds.
I pity the tourists, mind you. I've traipsed all around the great art museums of the world, too.
I could make these things myself. I'm not kidding. Get some paint, some canvases, boom, Roxanne's instant masterpieces. But do you think they'd hang those up in the Museum of Modern Art?
So I get dressed, and don't laugh. On a Saturday, I know, Saturdays are just for chilling. Just put on whatever's lying around, like that shirt from last weekend. Just, make sure it doesn't smell.
So I know what it's like when your time isn't completely, malleable. Then it's only 2 hours at the National Gallery in London because this is your only day or 4 hours at the Louvre.
So, who decided to hang these up in here anyway? Someone's got to be sleeping with someone.
But when you come to a place like MoMA, you come to a place where people check everything out. And I'm not just talking about the art, but the people too. Like me, you judgmental bastards!
Then it's just about checking things off your list. So we buy the museum catalogs. They make such beautiful coffee table books.
Or how about that stuff they drag in here from God knows where and expect... Well, what? You can't fool me, people. I'm a New Yorker, for God's sake.
I almost want to go back to bed. But no! I get dressed, floss, take out the trash, take the subway to Park Slope, and a 20-minute wait for the D train today, and the grossest guy sitting right across from me. But, okay, I'm here.
But then you think, where do I put the coffee with all these books piling up? I mean, sure, everyone goes to Starbucks these days, but you get my point. Oh, what was my point?
Okay, I know they don't just grab any old piece of crap. They're artists. They do a little something to it. Like this door on the floor here, for example. Someone painted a teeny tiny purple line on it, and then some curator dragged it in here and put tape around it like it's some long-lost treasure, like it's some masterpiece. And people fall for it. I'm telling you, I don't get it.
All right, let's try 196.
This is considered Winslow Zuckerman's greatest masterpiece.
You know, I can totally see that. It's so dark and profound, so sad and depressing.
Despite the artist's use of black, note the generally uplifting mood of his work.
That's what I meant, uplifting.
In this uncharacteristic work, Zuckerman's optimism is reflected in the use of larger dots.
Of course, the dots.
Next decision. The regular door or the revolving door? You see, with the regular door, when I go through it, somebody's going to hold it open for me, and that means I got to catch it before it closes me in. But with the revolving door, you don't got to deal with the people. But I never use the bar, though. I mean, you never know who's touched it.
Yes. My point is, I am so thankful to be able to pop in here whenever I want, even if it's just for a few minutes.
And then, once I'm inside... Oh, do you use Perel too? Whoever made this stuff is my hero. I mean, I can go anywhere now. Except maybe that place in Slumdog Millionaire. You ever seen that movie?
I can feel the transformation as soon as I step inside. I'm entering an aesthetic sanctuary. I can go upstairs and see all my old favorites or just wander around at random. Oh, it almost doesn't matter. Ecstasy awaits.
Wait a minute. Oh my God. This ain't Purell at all. It's just some generic antibacterial hand sanitizer. Oh my God! Oh my God!
No number on this one. Guess you're not one of Zuckerman's masterpieces.
Nice. Okay, tell me about 207.
Oh, that's right. It's just a generic store brand. I mean, it's the same stuff, just in a different bottle, right? Right? Oh God, I hope so!
Morning at Amusement Bell was also painted during the artist's black period.
Obviously. But I'm way ahead of you, lady. It's clearly another one of his optimistic works. Look at the upward thrust of the brushstrokes.
Generally considered Zuckerman's most pessimistic work, the black strokes stand in harsh contrast to the sunlit background.
I give up. Didn't Zuckerman paint any nudes? Maybe I'll go upstairs to the photography gallery.
Oh, don't go! I mean,
Well, hello there.
I was just curious. What does the audio guide say about this one? I don't mean to intrude. I'm just confused.
Oh, no problem. Zuckerman's a hard dude to figure out. This is his most pessimistic work.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said this is his most pessimistic work.
Really? I thought the big black one was much sadder.
No way. That one has bigger dots.
What does the size of the dots matter?
Didn't your mother ever teach you to use your inside voice at a museum?
Excuse me?
Why are you yelling?
Oh, was I? I can't always tell. You see, my left ear's completely deaf and my right one's not much better.
Oh, I'm sorry. That must get very frustrating.
I don't like talking about it. You seem like you know a lot about art.
Only what the audio
And I
guide...
hate it when people yell at me. Just aim for my right ear. So, were you an art history major?
No. Philosophy.
What do you do with a philosophy degree?
Nothing.
So you're independently wealthy?
What? Oh, no. No, I work as a copywriter.
What's that?
I work in an ad agency, writing copies for, well, lots of things. Print ads, TV commercials, online ads, banner ads.
Oh, like click here for more information. Did you come up with that?
And what do you do?
I'm independently wealthy.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I work in an ad agency too.
no shit. Oh, sorry. Wait. So you were just making fun of me there.
I wanted to see how you'd react. That's what I do. Market research.
Intense. So you like to try and figure people out.
Something like that.
Well, have you figured me out yet?
You think? Of course not. I have to ask you a bunch of questions or stick you in a focus group.
Do you want to go to the cafeteria for some coffee and questions?
Why not?
Wait. Do you know Amy Plunkett's work?
No, I don't know her.
Oh, I gotta show you this really cool piece. It's like a door on the floor. I'm Max, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Max. I'm Chloe.
No way. Chloe's the name of the last girl I picked up here. She broke my heart.
Seriously?
Kidding.
Well, right this way, people. Let us through. Right this way, people. See, you don't need an audio guide. I will explain everything. Then, at the end of our visit, a most modest tip would be appreciated. Just slip it to me when the guard's not watching. Okay. Gather around, form a tight group. Good, good. Very good. We'll start with this room here. Take a look around. That's right. Please don't touch anything. That's better. The works on display here typify the state of painting and sculpture today. Note their emphasis on found materials, random acts of creation, spontaneity. Note, too, how they mock the Hegelian ideal of art. Oh, what's that, you ask? Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, the 19th century German philosopher. Please, don't go. I always lose a few people when I bring up Hegel. Oh, but let's move on, shall we? Just a moment. One moment, trust me. This will be worth it. Here we are. Artists have always loved the female breast. And who can blame them? Sorry, wrong card. Bingo. You see, you cannot begin to understand art if you don't understand the philosophy of art, or what we call aesthetics. And Hegel, yes, that Hegel, our Hegel, is the gold standard of aestheticians. Not you too. All right, let's move on to the next gallery, and perhaps things will become clearer.
Come along, Alexander. Mommy is getting tired. Alexander!
I want ice cream.
You just had lunch, and you haven't even finished your lollipop.
With sprinkles. I want sprinkles.
If you're a good boy and behave yourself, Mommy will get you ice cream later.
With sprinkles.
Yes, with sprinkles.
Let's get it now.
No! Alexander, you are 7 years old. You need to learn to exercise some self-control. We've come all the way to Florence specifically to visit this museum. Don't you remember the flashcards we studied?
Star Wars?
No, the ones from the Uffizi Gallery. One of the greatest art museums in the world, and now we're here in person. Look around. These are paintings from the flashcards.
I don't see Princess Leia or Yoda.
Oh, look. We studied that one, remember? It's by Raphael.
I can see that baby's pee-pee.
That's the Christ child with John the Baptist and the Virgin Mary.
Boy, I bet that's the tiniest pee-pee in the whole wide galaxy.
Alexander.
Mine's a lot bigger, I'll show you.
No! We don't take off our clothes at the museum. Look, there's a Titian.
Well,
Do you think that's beautiful?
she took off her clothes.
That's different. Artists sometimes paint people without any clothes on because the body's beautiful. Don't you think that's beautiful?
I can see that lady's boobies.
We don't use language like that, Alexander. We call them breasts.
Well, how come her booby breasts are bigger than yours?
Let's keep moving.
Oh, Mommy, look at this one. I like this one. It's like a battle or something.
Yeah, that's a nice one too.
Hey, what's that horse doing to that lady?
That's not a horse, dear. That's a centaur. It's a mythological creature, half man and half horse.
Well, what's he doing to her?
Alexander, let's go get you that ice cream.
Well, no, I want to look at the painting. Mom, I want to look at the painting. No!
Oh, look, Max, another Richard Serra.
Where?
Over here.
Wow, that thing's huge.
Take pictures.
I'm trying.
Are you getting all of it?
I gotta back up some more.
Why are you walking so funny?
Walking backwards is difficult for me.
I had no idea you were such a spaz.
All right, I think I got it. Thank you very much.
What's the matter?
That wasn't a very nice thing to say.
What, spaz? I didn't mean anything by it. My sister and I call each other spaz all the time.
Chloe, this is our 4th date. I think it's a little weird how you've never noticed my disability.
What disability?
My limp.
Get out! I've never seen you limp.
That's because I usually let you walk ahead of me, and it's hardly noticeable if I walk slowly.
But we've slept together. I would have noticed.
I don't walk when we're in bed.
All right. I'm sorry. I'll never use that word again.
Thank you. Anyway, it's really no big deal. And, by the way, might I just say that I could spend all day in bed with you?
I'd like that.
I mean, the things you do with that tongue of yours are just amazing.
Thank you. I think. So, why do you have a limp?
One of my legs is shorter than the other. It's an actual condition called short leg syndrome.
How did that happen?
It's a congenital defect. I was born this way.
I'm sorry. You have to speak in my right ear.
It's a congenital defect!
And don't make fun of my disability.
I'm sorry.
Can anything be done about it?
Orthotics help, but let's just drop it. I just wanted you to understand.
Thank you. I do understand.
You know, that's got to be the biggest sculpture I've ever seen in my entire life. How'd they even get it in here?
Well, the ad said there's a bigger one around here somewhere, but I think it's
Can we get
almost
something to
closing
eat? I'm
time.
starving.
Oh, whatever you need.
It's okay. Never mind.
I just don't want to miss anything. Then again, I also don't want to get locked in here when they shut the lights off.
I hear you. Think I want to go walking around in the dark and bump into something like that? I'd probably lose a leg. And then I'd have no leg syndrome. Get it? That's called disability humor. Never mind.
You're a nut, you know.
Well, you're my widow nut, too.
Hey, Max, I'm sorry I didn't know about your limp. I should have been more perceptive.
Forget it.
No, I think it's important. I know we're all ultimately strangers and can't fully know each other, but when you love someone, you should at least try.
Heavy. Wait. Did you say love?
I thought I was the one with the hearing problem.
I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
What did you say?
I said we'd better get going.
Oh, all right.
Yes, yes. Lean in here. The guards don't like it when I disturb people. Now remember earlier when I brought up the philosopher Hegel? Oh, you're not leaving. Good. Can you hear me in the back there? I brought up Hegel because he's the philosopher who famously declared that art was dead. Finished. Kaput. Everyone go home. But he died in 1831, and as far as I can tell, there's still an awful lot of art going on today. So, what gives, as the clever people say? Well, what was art for Hegel? Anyone? Anyone? All right, I'll take this one. For Hegel, art was the perfect synthesis, or marriage, of form and matter, spirit and body, the internal and the external. Now here's where it gets good. Art historians have begun to question some Renaissance depictions of the Holy Family, particularly regarding the size of the Holy Child's penis. Oh, wrong note again. Forget the cards. So, what's happened to art? To this perfect synthesis of spirit and matter? Well, I'm afraid to be the one to tell you this, but it's come unglued. It's fallen apart. No, worse than that. It's been pulled apart. In short, it's been murdered. Ponder this as we move on to the next gallery.
So today I see this lady admiring the door on the floor, like it's the Mona Lisa or something. And then she runs over to the wall like some whacked out lunatic because, you know, they got those little plaques with critical information, like the artist's name, for example. Amy Plunkett. Her dates, 1960-nothing. That means she's still alive. Don't ask me how she makes her living. The date the garbage was made, 2002. Man, this thing's been kicking around for a while. The materials it was made of, wood, metal, acrylic, polyurethane? Thanks, good to know. And the name of the thing, now get this. Door with purple wine. Oh, now I get it.
Now today, for example, I wander into the atrium and what's the first thing I see? A door on the floor in the middle of the room.
So, like I say, she runs over to the wall and puts on her glasses, like she's studying her frickin' stock portfolio.
Now that right there calls so many things into question. Doors are normally vertical, right? But this one's on the floor. So that makes me think of horizontality instead of verticality. And that alone is enough to turn my whole world sideways.
Then she goes back to admiring the sculpture and starts nodding her head like she's figured it all out. Like she's thinking, she'd like to put this in the middle of her living room. Well, you can't, honey. You go find your own door and put that in the middle of your living room.
Here it is! Hey, Teresa! In here! See?
That's it.
It's over here, guys! It's overwhelming, isn't it?
Oh, it's mind-blowing.
It's all right.
I don't like it.
It's beautiful.
See it in person?
It's too busy.
I don't get it.
It's historic.
It's big, I guess that's something.
I'm bored.
I could stare at it all day.
Like that stuck-up little girl up there. Who cares?
She's a princess.
I'm sick of all these paintings of royalty. Isn't Spain supposed to be a democracy by now?
Well, what about her dress? I mean, the colors, the forms. Oh, I can eat it right up.
That reminds me. Do you think they got a cafeteria here?
We came to see this painting,
No, you did.
but you agreed to come along.
I thought you said we were going shopping for bags at the Prada.
God, you're such a Philistine. This is the Prad O, one of the world's greatest art museums.
Let's just focus on the stupid painting and make him happy.
Oh, now I see. It's beautiful. I love it. I just love it. Okay, can we go now?
Look, is that a man in a woman's dress?
Well, I think it's a midget. I mean, a dwarf, or I'm sorry, I meant little person.
So it's a little man in a woman's dress.
I think it's a little woman.
Guys, I'll meet you at the gift shop. But before I go, little or otherwise, that is one ugly woman. Adios.
Maria,
What?
we came all this way. Let me help you appreciate it. Then I promise we'll all go shopping for bags at the Prada.
And shoes?
And shoes. Now look, do you get the self-referentiality?
The what?
The way the artist is staring out at us.
Like he's painting us.
Well, he's obviously not. So who is he painting?
The ugly little woman and the snotty princess. Who do you think he's painting?
Well, but they're facing us.
Maybe he's painting their backs.
A much better idea.
No. Look at the mirror on the wall in the back. See? It's reflecting a couple standing there. Like they're posing. The king and the queen, probably. But see? The painter's looking out at us. Like he's painting us, or he's painting somebody. The mirror on the wall is reflecting what he's painting. Who he's painting.
Makes sense. It's very cool.
Well, why didn't he just paint the king and queen like a normal person? It would have been a lot more interesting than all these random people.
Well, you know, I like that stately fellow in the doorway. See? It looks like he's just stopped by to check out the royal couple while they're having their portrait done.
More likely to check out the artist by the look of him.
Just proves my point.
That all artists are gay?
No. That this is a painting of an artist creating a portrait of... Oh, forget it.
Okay, I get it, Mr. Teacher, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
No. Of course not. You can project your self-loathing onto the whole goddamn world for all I care.
Hey, watch it, buddy!
Guys, behave yourselves. This is the Prado.
She started it.
What's happening?
Oh, it's probably just a power surge.
There they go again.
Oh, shit.
What's going on?
Help!
Everyone just remain calm.
Denny!
Don't touch.
Hey, that hurt!
Well, that was a most extraordinary experience.
I'm overwhelmed.
It was certainly odd.
I didn't like it.
Ah. Look at the painting. It's beautiful.
Oh, I see it. Wow, I see it from this side?
It's overfilled.
I don't get it.
Well, I think it's magnificent.
Well, of course you would. You painted it.
Not the new elements, Your Highness.
Well, the combination of the old and the new, quite fascinating.
Are you telling me, is that where we?
Yes, Maria. You were right there.
Where that unattractive woman is standing?
Oh, how wretched she was. And the one next to her? Imagine calling me stuck up.
They were all wretched.
Oh, well, surely not the men, Your Highness.
No, that one was quite nice, an artistic soul. It's quite fitting that he be the one to occupy your place now, Master Diego. But I am not amused to see that woman wearing my dress. I shall have to burn it later.
I shall have to burn my dress too.
Look at dear Doña Marcella. I miss her already. Can't she join us?
I think we're on our own now.
Well, in that case, would you care to join me for a stroll, Master Diego?
That would be delightful, Don Jose.
And leave us behind? I don't think Mother and Father would approve.
No. Of course not. You and Maria should come too.
But is it safe out there? What if everyone is like those women? I don't think we should go.
Perhaps Maria's right. We don't know what kind of things are out there.
Well, in that case, You two stay here while Master and I go for a stroll.
You'll do no such thing.
Very well, Your Highness. But wouldn't you like to see what the world has become?
I wish Dona Marcella was here to advise me.
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. We've been watching these people for years. They're just like us. Some good, some bad.
And some perfectly wretched.
It might feel good to stretch our legs.
Shall we go then?
Very well.
But wait, what about them?
I say, let them suffer as we had to suffer all these years.
The city beckons, Your Highness.
Let us go.
Man, the Prado is so bad. Or should I say, spectacular? So, where were we? The Three Graces by Rubens. Check. That was great. So juicy. Derrier's Adam and Eve? Check. Smoking. And how could I forget the Goya's nude, Maha? Check. Man, she was looking right at me like she wanted me to strip down and jump under that bed.
Max! Do you see a common theme here?
No?
Look, I love the way you get excited about paintings, but sometimes I think you'd rather have your way with them. Or be alone with them, or something. I mean, well... Get a room, buddy!
You're being ridiculous.
Am I? Then why did the guard have to stop you from groping the Three Graces?
I was just trying to get a better look.
And the way you were staring at Adam's naked chest, that was starting to make me feel a little uncomfortable.
You're making all this up.
Then how come every painting you've shown me is a nude?
That's not true. I showed you the Goya's clothed Maha too.
Yeah? You spent 2 seconds looking at that one before you went right back to the naked one.
Well, everyone agrees the nude ones are much better work.
Max, look. I love how sensual you are. And you're such a great lover. But sometimes it all makes me feel a little insecure. I mean, I'm practically deaf and cut out from all this life around me. And sometimes it makes me think, well, I'm cut out of your life too.
Oh, sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. I had no idea. I'll try to be a little bit more sensitive. You're the only one I want. You're the light of my life, fire of my loins.
What did you say?
I said I love you.
I love you too.
I'm sorry I brought you here today. Oh, let's go to the park or anywhere you want.
No, I love it here.
I can't believe we both came up with the same idea.
My parents honeymooned to Madrid too. That's why I wanted to come here.
It's been on my bucket list forever. But I never thought I'd be coming here with my bride and that she'd want to spend all of her time at the Prado too.
Well, not all of our time. We didn't get out of bed till 2 today.
I know. Thank God the Prado's open late.
Hey, can I choose what we see next? How about some Velazquez?
Sure.
Right here. Diego Velazquez, born in Seville 1559 and died in Madrid in 1660. One of the most important painters of the Spanish Golden Age.
Yes. I know all that.
Smarty pants.
But I gotta say, I'm not always a big fan of his work.
Like you can do any better.
You don't have to be an egg to judge an omelet.
You're gonna have to speak up. I thought you just said you don't have to be an egg to judge an omelet.
That is what I said.
Oh, Max.
Like this one. Philip IV on horseback. I mean, come on, that's one ugly dude.
He can't help how he looks.
Guess it's all that royal inbreeding.
He doesn't have to be attractive. He's the king.
Yeah, but would you sleep with him?
Of course not. I'm married to you.
Oh, well, this one's a little better at least. His father, Philip III. Not a great face, but good posture. And good calves. No. Wait, really good calves. Wow. He's got better legs than any of the guys at the gym.
You check out other guys' legs?
Like you don't.
Well, yeah, but you're a guy.
Right. Well, you see, it's because
My leg is so screwed up, you know, and I can't help admiring a man with perfect legs.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, a good set of masculine legs. Well-defined, strong, muscular.
Hold on! I think... Oh my god! There it is!
Las Meninas, Velázquez's masterpiece. Oh, I've always wanted to see this. The greatest painting in the world.
Says who?
I don't know. I read that somewhere.
Well, I'll give you one thing. Finally, a good-looking man. I'd sleep with him.
You what?
I mean, in theory.
Wait a minute. That's not how I remember in art history. That's not Diego Velázquez. And I recognize the Infanta Princess. She's in my yoga class.
How could that be?
I don't know, but something's not right here.
Oh, watch out. A tour group's arriving, and I think they're... American. Let's get out of here. How about some more Goya?
Oh, no more nudes.
Then we'll go see his black paintings. They're not the best. They're grotesque and strange. But I think they're my favorite paintings in the whole world.
Whatever you want to do, sweetheart. It's your honeymoon.
Wait, I'm being insensitive. It's your honeymoon too. Let's go do what you want to do.
Well, I want to do what you want to do. So let's go see Goya's black paintings.
God, I love you.
More than Goya's black paintings?
Very funny.
There you are, Alexander. Don't run ahead of me. Now, are you going to behave?
Yes, Mommy.
Do you understand the rules?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm going to give you a coin for every painting you can identify.
What kind of coin?
The kind they use over here. Each one's worth about $1.
Well, why don't you just give me all the coins now and let's forget all this crap?
This isn't crap. I mean, this is for your education. Your father would certainly never take you to a museum.
Hey, that's not true. Daddy took me to a museum last month.
What museum?
The Pussycat Museum, XXX. There was naked ladies there too.
I'm gonna give your father a piece of my mind when we get back home.
Why? He bought me popcorn.
Well, he'd never take you to Italy. He hardly ever gets up off the couch. If you were with him right now, he'd be pouring beer down your throat.
Okay, he did that once. I liked it.
Well, the judge and I are going to make sure that never happens again. We've got your whole future mapped out. After you graduate from Horace Mann, you're going to Yale, provided that you work hard. Now, did you study the flashcards?
Yes, Mommy.
Okay, let's begin. What's that one?
Madonia of Goldfinch by Raphael.
Very good. Here's a coin.
Ooh. Let's make this more interesting. Give me another one if I remember the date.
Okay.
1506.
Very good. Now, how about that one?
Venice of Urbino by Titian.
Very good.
1536.
Oh, very good.
Birthday unknown. Died 1576. Venice.
Fine, fine, fine. Now, what's this one?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Bad, Alexander, bad! Now you're not getting to Yale!
Stop
now you're not
that.
getting any more coins!
Alexander, stop.
Why don't I know what the answer is?
No, look, it's my mistake, Alexander. It's my mistake. Look, it's my mistake, Alexander. This is the Rape of Didania by Rubens. It doesn't have a flashcard. It's on loan from Prado's. We saw it the other day. Do you remember?
I remember. What's a rape?
Never mind. Here, you know what? I'll give you a coin and here, take 3 coins. I'll go ahead.
I like this game, Mom. Come on, let's go to the next room.
Wait for me.
Attention Mona members, please join us on the 3rd floor for members-only preview of the special exhibit, Robert Rauschenberg, The Street Eaters.
Oh, look! There's that door again. Remember? That's what brought us together.
Actually, I think it was a Winslow Zuckerman painting. Remember? You asked me to explain it.
Right, but then you showed me this, and that's when I started to fall in love with you.
You mean if it hadn't been for Annie Plunkett, we would have never gotten married?
Well, in a way. I remember staring at it and wondering what was behind it. But then I realized this door represents all of life's possibilities if we just had the courage to open it and walk through.
Interesting. I look at it and think of all the doors closing in on us, and the fact that it's on the floor and kind of marked up says that some doors are more than just closed. They're broken.
I keep forgetting you're a philosophy major.
Excuse me, but could you use a guide? I'm a professor of aesthetics, and I can help you make sense of the chaos that is modern art.
No thanks. We're good.
So now it's time to solve this mystery. Weren't you listening? I was talking about the murder of art, the destruction of Hegel's ideal, the annihilation of the perfect synthesis of spirit and matter. Think of the dying Gaul, the discus thrower, the Delphi charioteer, the winged victory. The world will never see the likes of them again. So who's responsible for this crime? I say we all are. Yes, you too. We have all conspired to break spirit and matter apart and send them on their way. And so spirit has retreated, taken flight, gone away, become virtual. As for matter, substance, clay, stone, the material that once housed the gods and classical sculptures that were the apex of art for Hegel, this matter has simply been abandoned, left behind, tossed aside like a door on the floor.
Now clearly this door isn't here to function as a door. No, it has been robbed of its functionality. Oh, remember that song from White Christmas? What can you do with a general when he stops being a general? A little bit of pop culture never hurts.
Now, before I cross the lobby, I gotta check my pockets. You know, make sure I got my Kleenex and Listerine strips.
There are 2 possibilities. One is that this object is here as a reminder of what it once was. This object has a past.
And, my keys. Where are my keys? Oh, there they are.
That man over there may once have been an insurance salesman. He's retired now, but he carries that past around with him like an old coat of paint on a door.
And my phone. Where is it? Is it turned off?
It's almost archaeological.
I remember when they used to make us take art in elementary school. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. Taxpayers revolted or something. Still, it's kind of a shame. I really enjoyed it. Finger painting especially. I was really good at it. It's these hands, made for finger painting. Piano too, I really wanted to take lessons, but we couldn't afford it. Anyway, I had finger painting instead. There's this one piece I remember making. Sounds funny, I know. How can you remember a particular finger painting? Well, I do because I was playing around with these colors. I was making a progression. I was telling a story. But a story with colors, I think is the best thing I ever did. And I think my art teacher thought so too because she entered it in the school art contest and I won first prize. First prize, can you believe it? She told me to enter it in the citywide contest. All 5 boroughs. So I went home and I told my parents. My mom was so proud of me. But, my dad, well, he refused to pay the entry fee.
The other possibility is that this door is not now and never has been a door at all. It's just an aesthetic object. So I try to focus on the, what shall I call it? The woodiness of it. Wood can be very beautiful. Have you ever noticed? Then, of course, there's the weight of the thing. I imagine myself trying to pick it up. Anyway, you see how much a piece like this can inspire, and I barely scratched the surface.
But, you know what? He was right. I mean, what's the point? There are more important things in the world.
So then I go over to read the card on the wall, and my world is completely shattered when I read, door with purple line.
Now, when I cross the lobby, there are all these people just rushing around, and they're getting their tickets and checking their pockets, and I don't know what!
I'd missed that entirely. So I go back to examine the work more closely, and lo and behold, there it is, the barest trace of a line. Now, what does that tell me? Oh, where do I begin?
Now, I live over near Barclays Center, so you'd think I'd be used to the noise, but there's just something about a big crowd in a lobby, in a big public lobby. But I'm like, Brad, get a grip, you can do this! So, I go over to the ticket desk, grab a ticket, and head towards the exhibit entrance. But now I gotta deal with the ticket taker!
You see, I think contemplating a work of art like this is good preparation for life. And I love how if you're dealing with problems, it can bring you away from all that. Like right now. Like that. That. I said I don't want to discuss it. I just want to focus on that little wiggly purple line.
I mean, who even is she anyway? Just someone who couldn't find a real job. Then again, maybe she's a student from the Institute of Fine Arts. I mean, think of what she must see. Think how she must judge. So I take a deep breath. Look at her like I could care less, like she's just some stupid ticket-taking chick. And I make it. I made it! I'm hot shit! Except, now I gotta figure out where to go. I mean, your choice says so much about you.
Listen to me. What was I? Forget it. I'm over it. And my father, too. Let other people be the artists. Such sad, weird people, right? And everyone thinks they're so special. You're probably wondering what I'm even doing here if I feel like this. You think just because I'm waitress I can't come here? I mean, until the asshole fired me last week. Hey, I can make phone calls too. I used to work in the garment district. Well, I like looking at this stuff, okay? I mean, not all of it, not the garbage, but the good stuff, the stuff that speaks to me. I don't know, it changes me. It takes me someplace else. Sure beats hanging out at my apartment all day. There's nothing to do in Astoria. And this is America, damn it. If I want to see art, I'll go see art. Show these people I'm just as good as they are. I could have been one of them. I still could. I just choose not to because I do.
Yes. I focus on the little wiggly purple line and all of my troubles go away. My neighbor disappears, whoosh. The co-op board vanishes, plunk. We all live on such beautiful little islands where everyone gets along with everyone. I certainly got along with everyone at Mount Holyoke. I was president of the student art board, for gosh sakes. But then I realize I'm no longer focusing on my troubles and they come crashing back in. I start forgetting about the door and the purple line. Oh, it gets very complicated. I'm not forgetting my troubles, I'm melding everything together. Yes, the purple line. Its relationship to the door. Its relationship to my neighbor. The fact that I don't have to think about my neighbor. I have the right to sing, by God. The horizontality of the door. My teacher says I have the most beautiful singing voice he has ever heard. The former verticality of the door. The house rules clearly state that we can make music until 10 p.m. The woodiness of the door. What I'd like to do to my neighbor's face. Doesn't he realize I have to sing? Without that I have nothing to live for. Okay, stop! Amy Plunkett is more important than my neighbor. Her work will live on, while my neighbor shall suffer a long, slow, horrible death and pass into oblivion.
Now, when I get to the gallery, I look for the most adventurous works because I consider myself an adventurous person. But first I make sure to make note of the restrooms and the emergency exits.
I don't understand.
Attention museum visitors, a hole has been discovered in Goose...
I don't know what that was.
Me neither. Is this supposed to be a museum?
Well, that's what the sign says. I mean, the Museum of Modern Art.
But where is the art?
Well, I'm not sure, Your Highness.
I think you've made a mistake, Don Jose. That looks like the workers' shed. And look at this broken down door on the floor. But why are all the people staring at it? Are they lost too?
Well, it says this is a retrospective. I'm not sure what that makes of the work of Amy Plunkett.
Oh, Don Jose, you almost had me fooled. Who's ever heard of a female artist?
Attention museum visitors, a hole has been discovered in Gustav Berry's latest art installation, Trapped Like 1,000 Rats. We ask your indulgence while we fix the problem and collect the escaped rodents. Please vacate the galleries for 10 minutes.